1-6. We're going to be talking about ordered pairs and relations today. Now what you see up here is called a coordinate system or a coordinate plane. Now a coordinate system is made up of a bunch of vertical lines and a bunch of horizontal lines. Now the main horizontal line is called the x-axis, which is right here. And the main vertical line is called the y-axis, which is right here. Now where these two lines intersect is called the origin. Now the origin, the ordered pair, is 0, 0. Now this first 0 means that we moved 0 units from left or right. The second 0 means that we moved 0 units up and down. Now let's go ahead and look at a few points that I have graphed on this graph and see if we can figure out what the ordered pair should be. Now, M, right here, how do we get to M? So we have to first start at the origin. So let's see. In order to get to M, I have to go over 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and I have to go up 1, 2, which as you see over here, our ordered pair is 4, 2. Now, for point Q, in order to get to it, I have to start at the origin, and I have to go up 1, 2, 3 spaces. Now we moved 0 units left or right, so I have to put a 0 in the x place. And then in the y place, I have to put a 3 because I went up to these units. Now over here we have P, point P. Now in order to get to point P, I have to start at the origin, and I have to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places to the right, and I do not have to go up or down, which means our point is 5, 0. Now when you have multiple points on a graph, you can organize that information in several ways. One way is by making a table. Now in order to make a table, you have to have an x column and a y column. Now all of the x values, which are also called the domain, will be on the left side of the chart. And on the right side of the table, you will have all of the y values, which is also called the range. Another way you can organize this information is by putting it into a relation set, which is right here. In order to make a relation set, you just put a pair of braces on the outside and then list all of the ordered pairs. Now, why do we even graph information in the first place? The reason is because to give us a visual of what the information that we're talking about. For example, if we are buying movie tickets, if I had each additional ticket I buy, the price is going to go up, right? So if I had the number of tickets on the x-axis and I had the price on the y-axis, and the more tickets I buy, the higher the price is going to be. So we'll see that it is growing. Okay, let's do some examples and see how we do.
All right, we're going to try to graph a few points. Our first point that we're going to graph is point H, which is at the ordered pair 5, 3. So in order to graph this, we have to start at the origin. So if I was going to go over 5 units to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have to go 3 units up, 1, 2, 3, we will find that point H should be right here. Now let's go ahead and try to find point D. Point D is at the ordered pair 6, 0. So let's start at the origin. We have to go over 6 units to the right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we go 0 units up. So our point D is right here. All right, let's try to go ahead and graph point W. W is at the ordered pair 4, 0, or 4, 1. So let's go ahead and try to graph it. We have to start at the origin. We have to go over 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the right, and then we have to go up 1 unit right here. And this is point W. Let's go ahead and graph our last point, which is point Z, and it is at the ordered pair 0, 1. So let's start at the origin, and it says 0, so we have to move up 0, or right 0 units. And it says 1, so we have to go up 1 unit. So we're just on the y-axis and up 1. This is Z. Now, we just graphed our points, and now we're going to go ahead and put them in a relation set. So if you look right here, we're going to go ahead and put them all in our braces. So I put my braces on the outside, and now I'm going to list all of the ordered pairs. So I have AH, which is 5, 3. Then I have D, which is 6, 0. I have W, which is 4, 1, and I have Z, which is 0, 1. So that is an example of a relation set. Now let's go ahead and try to put these points on a table. So like I said earlier, the x coordinates are on the left of the graph, and those are also called the domain, and the y is on the right side of the graph, which is also called the range. So in order to do this, I would take my first point, which is point H, and I would put the 5 on this side and the 3 on this side. In order to put point D on the table, I would put a 6 on this side and a 0 on this side. I would keep going just like this. 4, 1, 0, 1. So this is a list of all of our domains. Our domains are 5, 6, 4, and 0, and our range is 3, 0, 1, 1. All right, let's try another example. Okay, in this coordinate plane, I already graphed some points, but we had to figure out what the ordered pairs are for these points. So let's look at the first point. We'll just look at Q first. Now, how do we get Q? Let's see. We have to go over from the origin 1, 2 units to the right, so I know that this one's going to be 2, something. Now I have to go up a few units, so I have to go up 1, 2, 3 units. So this ordered pair is 2, 3. All right, let's look at point S. How do we get to point S? We have to go over 1, 2, 3, 4 units, which means I'm going to have a 4 in the X spot, and I have to go up 1, 2, 3 units. So 4, 3 is point S. Let's look at point P. How do we get to point P? We have to start at the origin. As always, we have to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units to the right, which means I have to put a 6 in the X place, and then I have to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So 6, 5 is point P. And our last point, which is point R, we have to start at the origin. We have to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units, and then we go up 1 unit. So we have 5, 1. All right, let's go ahead and put these points on a table. Okay, in order to put point Q, we would put a 2 over here and a 3 over here. We would put a 4, 3, 6, and 5. We'd have 5 and 1. So there's all of our x values, or our domain, and here's all of our y values, our range. All right, one last example. Okay, this one's going to be a word problem, so we're going to have to solve this one. It says, it costs $4 to go to the movies. Now, this is the first thing they want you to do. Make a table that represents the number of student tickets, which is going to be the x values. So the number of tickets is x values, and the cost of the tickets is the y values. Now, we're going to do this for 2 tickets, 4 tickets, and 5 tickets. So if you look down here, I already put the given information. If we buy 2 tickets, how much is it going to cost? If we buy 4 tickets, how much is it going to cost? 5 tickets, how much is it going to cost? So let's go ahead and put some points on here. So if I buy 2 tickets, since each ticket costs $4, I know I'm going to be paying $8. If I buy 4 tickets, I'm going to have to multiply 4 times 4, and it will be $16. And our last point, if I buy 5 tickets, it's going to cost me $20. So let's go ahead and graph this on this coordinate plane. All right, our first point is 2, 8, because we bought 2 tickets, and 2 tickets cost $2, $4, $6, $8. So this is one point. Next point on the graph is if we buy 4 tickets. So if I buy 1, 2, 3, 4 tickets, it's going to cost 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, $16. And last point, if I buy 5 tickets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it is going to cost me $20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So if you look at our graph, you'll see that the more tickets we buy, the more expensive it's going to be. So our graph is kind of going upwards. All right, now what are you supposed to do on your own? Here we go. I would like you to go ahead and make a coordinate plane on a piece of graph paper. I want you to graph the following points, or these ordered pairs: 0, 0, 1, 5, 4, 2, and 6, 0. Then I want you to go ahead and put those points in a table and in a relation set. And lastly, you're going to identify the domain and the range. All right, good luck. We'll see what you get back in class.